All right. Good morning, Lakeview Intermediate. We are live on Wednesday morning, September the 23rd. So happy to see everybody today coming in. We're getting better and better at our procedures. I was so impressed. The first day it took us like 15 minutes to get everybody to the pods. Today we were down to like 6 or 7 minutes. You all are doing an amazing job. Watching you all space in your lines, keeping your masks on, all that. That's so important. And you're doing such a great job at efficiently getting into your classrooms, which helps us get the most out of our day. So very, very proud of you all today. I do have some glasses today, and this you'll see a little bit later why I chose these. But for now, just go with it. Today, it's a bicycle. All right, so let me take advantage of this time with a bike on my face to remind you, we have bike racks over by the bus lane. So if you do want to ride, if you live close enough, you can ride your bike to school and you come up the long driveway where our crossing guard, Miss Tiara, is, and you come down the driveway and then turn your bike into the bus lane. And at the top of that sidewalk there is where we have our bike racks, and you can put your bikes there and then come in where our bus riders are coming in. So that's an option to you. We just ask that you're very careful in walking your bike at the end of the day down the bus lane, actually in the morning too. Once you get to the sidewalk of the bus lane, walk your bike, please, because we don't want anyone to suddenly lose control of their bike and you be right by a bus that's moving. That scares me. I don't want anyone to get hurt. So also leaving, please walk your bike out until you get across Yukon Parkway, because again, very, very busy street, and always go where the crossing guard is, because to cross a busy street. Just want everybody to be safe if you do that. Don't usually have too many bike riders, but you can do that if you want. I love riding bikes, so I encourage that if you live close enough to do that. Just please be safe. Okay, so there you go. There's my spiel on bikes. Just a couple of announcements this morning. Today is our very first Wacky Wednesday in 4th and 5th grade. So 4th graders who are now 5th graders coming back, you know what this is all about. And on Wednesdays, some 4th and 5th grade pods switch schedules. And so you might find that you eat lunch at a different time than normal. You go to specials at a different time than normal. So all you need to know is your teacher will tell you what you need to do when. Don't worry about it. Trust your teacher. And once we get back to having guests at school, we will need to let our parents know, like if your mom wants to come eat lunch with you, which parents cannot do right now. We can't have guests at school right now. But once that happens again, you want your family to know when your lunch is, so they come at the right time. And so we always try to remind everybody that Wednesdays are wacky, and we flip-flop in 4th and 5th grade. 6th grade doesn't change, so you don't have to worry about this 6th graders anymore if you're a returning Lakeview 6th grader. The other thing I want to say, it's not on my announcements board, but I really did want to stress, just in case, and I hope it doesn't happen, but just in case someone does happen to get sick this year at Lakeview, it is so important when we do need to find out who possibly has been exposed to that person. We're always going to be looking at, were we too close to each other in a space for any amount of time? And did we ever take our masks off? All right. And so to be extra safe, I just want everyone to be aware of that those are the key questions if someone ever does get sick is, how close were we to the other people? And did we ever take our mask off? So the easiest thing for me as your principal is when it's like, oh, they never got close to each other. They never touched each other, like high-fived or hugged or anything like that, or were right shoulder to shoulder in line, and they never took their mask off. Then it's like, okay, good. Then there's no worry about something spreading. Okay. So please, even though I know we're going to start to get comfortable with this, we're going to school every day. Monday, we were probably really paying attention to having our masks on and doing the right thing. And then we might start to get a little bit relaxed as we get comfortable being at school. And I don't want anyone to maybe go, okay, well, I'm going to take this down for just a little bit, or I can stand close to that person in line just for a little bit. Please, please, please remember those procedures as long as we have to deal with this COVID thing. Hopefully not much longer, but at least we're here, and we want to stay here, and we want you to stay here. So please do your best on those procedures. All right. So we are following our plan that we've been doing. And so it is time for the return of Admit 1 with Miss Conklin and Mrs. Mann. All right, so I'm bringing to the show this morning Miss Conklin. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Wonderful. I know
I'm so
Mrs. Mans. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm so glad to see everyone.
Yeah, well, I know Mrs. Mann's in a meeting right now, so she might join us later, but maybe not till tomorrow, and that's okay. You certainly have a great message for us today, do you not?
I absolutely do.
Okay, I am going to try to get things up on screen here for you. We're doing a video first, is that right?
Yes, we are.
All right, let me get that up here. Do we see it?
Yes.
All right, so everybody listen in carefully. I'm gonna try to get the sound up so you can hear it, and let's watch Miss Conklin's video. Ooh, that was awesome.
Wasn't that great? We have been talking about growth mindsets, and what we're going to talk about today is mistakes and failures. So, we said earlier in the week how our brains make new pathways when we learn things. And also said that a lot of times we don't learn new things the very first time. We have to do things over and over before we actually learn them. So the message today is I want you to keep trying. I want you to look at if you make mistakes, they are proof that you are trying. So if you don't ever try anything new, chances are you're not ever going to make any mistakes. Most great leaders that we've had don't do things right the first time. They have to practice and keep trying, and they got to figure out what did I do wrong the first time and how can I make it better. Surgeons don't go into surgery the very first time and do things perfectly. Many people do the same thing. Engineers, when they do develop bridges and roads and things, they have to keep trying to make things better. Do you agree, Mr. Hine?
I do. You know, what I was reminded watching that video, when I saw the other girl watching her doing her work and seeing that, I was reminded of our student creed when it said, I encourage others to make good choices. And even though that was about, in our creed, it's about, you know, encouraging us to do the right thing, we also can be a model for others in not giving up and being resilient, like our Miller 5 says. And that's what that I saw that. I was like, if I watch somebody else be successful and work hard, it's like it makes me want to do that too and not give up on myself.
Absolutely. And that's also part of our growth mindset is that we celebrate others' successes and we cheer them on and we learn from what others are doing. So Absolutely. All of that is very important.
Am I going to the next slide?
Yes.
Tell me what to do. All right.
All right. So we're just going to leave it there. So I want you to know that it's expected that we are going to make mistakes because everybody's going to, and that is okay. We want you to. We want you to learn from your mistakes. It's respected that we make mistakes. So I don't want you to beat yourself up. I want you to just say, hey, that's okay. I respect the fact that I can own it, that I made a mistake. Then we inspect our mistakes. So we go back and we look at, well, what could I have done better? How could things go differently? What steps do I need to add, or what steps do I need to take away from trying to get to my end product? And then correct it. So you want to make sure that next time you try to do your science project and you're looking back at, well, wow, that didn't quite work out the first time. Okay, so, oh yeah, that's right. I need to add the water now instead of 3 steps back. And then you keep trying, and you'll get it right.
I loved when she picked up the crumpled paper from way back and looked and then smiled, because I think sometimes we have to look back at how far we've come. And we don't always do that. Sometimes we get so fixed on what we want to be able to do and that we can't get there, that we don't stop and go, wow, look what I can do now that I couldn't do in the past.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I have a quote for you. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new, by Albert Einstein. So I want you to get out there. I want you to try new things. I want you to feel successful. If you make a mistake, I want you to feel that that's success.
That's wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Conklin. That was a great episode of Admit One.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. All right. Let me see if I can get my screen back up, because I'm going to bring in, there we go. Let's bring in Miss Tazi. Good morning, Miss Tazi. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Good. Well, are we ready for a corny joke of the day?
We are.
All right. I like this one. Here we go, Lakeview. This one was submitted to me. I'll give credit after the joke. Hopefully you like it, and it has something to do with my glasses here today. So here it is. Lakeview. I dreamt last night, ladies. I don't know if you know this. Last night I dreamt that I was getting attacked by a bike repeatedly. It's horrible. I'm going to tell you, it was a vicious cycle. So shout out to Mrs. Brown in Pod 7 in her class. Good morning, Mrs. Brown's class. Thank you for sending that one to me. I love that corny joke of the day. So that's why I have the bike glasses on. I couldn't give it away too soon. All right. Well, Miss Conklin, thank you for doing such a great job with Admit One. We'll see you and Mrs. Mann for more tomorrow.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Miss Tazi, let's do our student creed and our pledges.
All right. Remember, during our student creed and our pledges, we're standing up, reading it with me. You are not chatting during the pledges or student creed. So stand up and read it with me. I am a Lakeview student. I am not perfect. I will strive for the Miller 5. I am a buddy, not a bully. I take care of my school. I can do anything. I can overcome any obstacle. I try to be the best learner that I can be so that I can reach my goals. I encourage and inspire others to make good choices and reach their goals. I am a Lakeview student.
Yes.
All right, and now for our flag salutes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And for the Oklahoma flag salute, I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. In our moment of silence, during this time, you can reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity.
All right, let's launch this day, Lakeview. It's a wonderful Wednesday. We are halfway to the weekend. Let's get out there and learn something new, grow, just like in that video, and go home today being able to do something or many things you couldn't do when you walked in the door today. Miss Tazi, let's hit it. We are
Lakeview.
We are not
Average.
We will strive
For the Miller 5.
And whatever it takes, we will
Grow.
All right. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Lakeview. 3, 2, 1.
Liftoff.
All right. Have a terrific day. We will see you a little bit later. Bye-bye.